Howdy there, welcome back. It's time for more West of Loathing. Woohoo! Let's get started. Alright, so I got all the jelly beans. And now, if I remember what I did correctly, my goal is to try to find more El Vibrato parts for the professor. So I'm gonna go to the professor's house and try wandering around. Foraging? Yay, I can forage now, that's right. Woohoo! Alright. So I'm gonna try wandering around. See. Ah, Wandering Sally. Interested in trading? Alright, let's see. Disposable binoculars are pretty useful. Ugh, I don't have enough meat for the safe cracking skill yet. I need to save up for that. I'm looking through to see if there's if I have enough things to sell. I have some things that I can sell. Sell that. Alright. I always have a habit of holding on to things because you never know when I'm going to need it. You can eat grave dirt and increase your spooky resistance. You never know when you're going to need these things, so I end up just kind of hoarding them. Oops. It's fine. I apologize for posting this late. When I originally recorded this, I had my mic muted, apparently. So now I'm re-recording, well, dubbing it in, rather, after the fact. Alright. Let's see. Did I go to the silver plater next? I think I did. Because I couldn't remember if I had enough meat to silver plate anything. You have a run-in with the worst smelling snake you've ever seen. It's basically a cartoon stink line come to life. Oh, yeah. Let's fight that snake. You've been bean-boozled, son. Nailed it. Alright. Hey, I did it. Anything over here? Nope. Howdy, what can I do for you? Well, do you have a menu? A menu? What are you talking about? Isn't this a walk-up style restaurant? What? No, I'm a silver plater. I plate things with silver, you know? Oh, I thought your sign was... Never mind. The man grins, revealing a full set of silver-plated teeth. So, you need something plated? What are my options? Puts you up and down. Well, silver plating anything costs at least 500 meat. You don't look like a gal who has that kind of meat. Kinda resent that, but also you're right. I'll come back when I'm wealthier. How dare you? He's right though, I don't have enough. Rustling sound in the bushes draws your attention. You decide to investigate, because that's what adventurers do, no matter how bad of an idea it will probably turn out to be. The rustling turns out to be a goblin. Goblin wearing, clown makeup, and practicing their cartwheels, and mostly failing. Eventually they give up on tumbling practice and start repeatedly throwing a shiny metal ball in the air and catching it. Ooh. A goblin clown. Oh no, a goblin clown. How long did I take to read this? Did I read it faster this time around? I guess so. Wow, hello? Hello, hi! What you two doing? I am to learning a juggle. Tosses a single ball up in the air again, but distracted by the conversation, misses the catch. Okay, but why? A clown joining the circus, far away to traveling, far to traveling, and then to popping. Ah, okay, I guess that makes sense, kind of. Teach it to juggle. Better to juggling with more than one ball? Sorry, only one ball to having. You know who else only had? Is going to have? You know what? Never mind. What? You teach a goblin a simple levitation trick that makes a one-ball juggling routine a little more impressive, and they thank you by sharing their lunch. Goblin sandwich. Nom 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 nom. Delicious, I assume. Okay, so I'm going to use the binoculars. Oh, I discovered the circus. The circus! Oh no, more clowns. More clowns. Might as well go, though. You spot a tombstone nestled into some pines near the trail. You dismount and approach it. You can't read the inscription because it's covered with pepperoni mold. Ew, but also I can't because my fortune isn't high enough. Well, this is a little weird. You didn't expect to find a circus all the way out here. There's basically nobody around for miles. There's a rodeo clown manning the ticket booth. Well, there hasn't actually been a rodeo since the cows came home, so I guess he's just a clown. Ugh, clowns. You are not liking painted mans? They're so creepy. When I was little, my uncle would give me nightmares with old stories about them. Yes, old stories. Goblins are telling old stories too. Evil painted mans and evil fire cows far, far below. Always to fight in many wars. Yeah, that's right. Supposedly rodeo clowns dress up like that because the first rodeos were reenactments of those battles, and it became a traditional thing. These mans just regular mans being painted mans from up here. Yeah, I know, still creeps me out though. Barnaby Bob's perfectly normal traveling circus sideshow. Let's see. Okay, I need a little more XP before I can upgrade that. Ooh. Gonna take a sip of tea before I read something else. Alright. As you approach, the clown puts on that basically cheerful facial expression that retail employees use when the last thing they want to deal with is a customer, but they're not allowed to say so. Talk to him. Welcome to Barnaby Bob's perfectly normal traveling circus sideshow, ma'am. How can I help you? I'd like to run away with the circus. Can't remember what happens if you actually click that. I'd like to see the circus, please. Well, you came to the right place then. But if you want to get inside, you'll need a ticket. And presumably you can sell me one? Why, certainly I can. That's my job after all. For you, ma'am, a ticket will cost 5,000 meat. Say what? Does it seem a bit high? I promise you, ma'am, at this price, it's a real steal. We've got that right. Why is it so expensive? Well, now, this is no podunk little traveling circus. We've got rides, games, food, and an amazing demonstration of knife-throwing skill by none other than Barnaby Bob himself. Barnaby Bob? Barnaby Bob, tell me more about the rides. Well, I suppose I should say ride, but we haven't had a single grisly merry-go-round accident since we stopped turning it on. Oh, no. Tell me more about the games. Oh, we got tons of them. Does 3 count as tons? 3 is more like some. We've got some of them. Tell me more about the food. We got your favorites. Popped corn, sarsaparilla with the fancy new bottle caps. And get this, did you hear about that new thing a fella invented? Cotton candy? Yeah, I think I might have. Well, it's still patented, but we're pretty sure we figured out how it works. Mostly, more or less. Tell me more about Barnaby Bob. Oh, the boss is a real master of knives, let me tell you. He does this amazing stunt where he gets a volunteer from the audience up on stage, throws knives at them. He never misses his target. Did you leave out the part where he puts an apple on their head or something? What? Oh, right, sure. You aren't doing a very good job of selling me on this. Why, whatever you mean. Outfox the clown. If you really expect me to pay that much, you'd be doing your best to make it sound like a magical paradise. On the other hand, if it really is as chancy as you describe it, you'd be asking a price cheap enough to overcome poor word of mouth. Which leads me to the conclusion. I am being led to the conclusion that for some reason you don't actually want to sell me a ticket. Clown starts to look nervous. Now, let's not jump to conclusions, friend. I'm just pulling your leg a bit, clowning around like we do. It's all in good fun. So the actual price is 500 meat. I could buy half a horse for that. Sure, but what are you going to do with half a horse? Circus is much more entertaining. I don't know. This still seems shady to me. I'm pretty sure you're hiding something. Maybe something you wouldn't want the marshals to find out about. Hey, wow, geez, lady, fine, you win. Look, it's on the house, okay? Just give me your hand so I can stamp you for re-entry. There. Good grief. Thanks. Yeah, don't mention it. Literally, do not mention it. Woohoo! As you enter the circus, the ticket booth clown shouts, "Welcome to Barnaby Bob's perfectly normal traveling circus sideshow, ma'am," in a loud and enthusiastic voice. Enter the circus. You stroll into the circus. Actually, I guess it's more of a carnival, but let's not split hairs, and find it almost entirely deserted. There aren't more than a dozen other patrons besides yourself. There are a bunch of clowns around, working at the booths and so on. More clowns than customers, which is a little unsettling, but at least the lines won't be very long. Alright. Sideshow. Hot food, cold drinks, tepid candy. There's a clown here selling rubber toy balloons. When he sees he has your attention, he smiles and waggles the balloons at you enticingly. Honey there, miss. Interest you in a toy balloon? What colors do you have? Oh, well, just take a look. Red. They're all red. How much are they? For you, just 30 meat. How do you make them float like that? Why, there's nothing to it. Heck, they all float round here. Ho ho! Of course. I'm waiting, because I don't want to use up all my money. Let's see. Main stage. Here's the mini games. Oh, little boy, you look so sad. Why are you so sad, little boy? Alright. Sad look on his face. Talk to him. You okay, kid? Did you lose your parents? I lost my lucky bottle cap. You haven't seen it, have you, ma'am? No, but I'll keep an eye out. What's it look like? Shiny steel and it's on a little chain. Okay, I'll let you know if I find it. Oh, that clown. There's a clown here selling rubber toy balloons. Oddly, he looks exactly like the other one. Though I guess it's hard to tell really, what with the makeup and all. Interest you in a toy balloon? How suspicious. I'm gonna play a minigame. This appears to be some kind of card-based carnival game, though it's not clear how it works from here. Step right up, miss, step right up. If I may say so, you have the look of an intelligent and learned individual about you. I happen to have a game here to put those faculties to the test. What's the game? Simplest guessing game imaginable. I've got a standard deck of playing cards here. I show you all the faces, and I turn them back over and you start picking cards. You guess what cards I pick and you win. You don't shuffle them? No, ma'am. If you can memorize a deck of cards that fast, more power to you. Or if you got a touch of magic and you want to try reading my mind, that's fine too. Just don't dig too deep. Okay. Sounds interesting. I remember my cursor kept disappearing, so that might also be why there's some pauses here and there. These clowns are suspicious. What's the prize? A ticket to Barnaby Bob's stage show, which is otherwise sold out, so it's a rare catch, my friend. Sure, I'll give it a chance. You carefully scan the deck of cards as the clown spreads it out in front of you. Then he turns them over with a sweeping flourish. Ready? Oh, I'm at 28 mysticality at this point, so I don't have quite enough. The clown starts picking cards out of the deck and holding them up with the backs to you. You manage to guess about 2/3 of them. Tell you that's not bad. Not enough to win the grand prize, but you deserve some recognition for that, my friend. Gives you a little toy stuffed owl. Yay! Plushie! I want more plushies. This appears to be one of those test your strength games where you have to hit a hammer use a big hammer to ring a bell. Well, howdy there, miss. This here game's a challenge of strength, and I hope you don't mind me saying so, but you might prefer one of the other games. If you care to try your luck, though, I certainly won't stop you. What's the game? Simple as can be. Just take this big mallet here and hit the lever under that bell. Ring the bell and you win. Good luck. I got a small plush bear. That was very close. Not a grand prize winner, but it's the best I've seen today. That's gotta be worth something.
Ooh, I got a little teddy bear. So cute. So cute. Cute little teddy bear. I want all the plushies. Give me the plushies.
Alright. Shooting gallery type carnival game. Hello there, miss. What we have here is a game for sharp eyes and quick reflexes. Hope you won't take it as an insult if I suggest one of the other games might be more your speed, but you're welcome to try your luck all the same. What's the game? Well, on the wall behind me I've got a bunch of thick-skinned, underinflated balloons. Pretend me, I'll loan you a cheap, inaccurate pistol in a pile of badly made ammunition. Your goal is to pop as many of those balloons as you can before the pistol stops working. That's an unusually honest sounding description. I discovered making the challenge sound exactly as difficult as it is. Well, it makes people more determined to be the one who beats it. Okay. I'll give it a shot. Ooh, my moxie is high enough. I'm not sure exactly how a jaguar shoots, but presumably it's pretty good. You clear nearly an entire wall of balloons, and the clown looks genuinely impressed. Well, I'll be. Looks like you win. Congratulations on the finest shooting I've seen in quite a time. I got a circus show ticket. Show will be starting soon, so don't miss it. Thanks. Yay! But I want a plushie, so I'm gonna play again. Well, yeah. I want to play again so I can get a plushie.
Give me the plushie. Give it to me. Small plush kitten. So cute. So cute. Hee. Thank you. Hee.
Do, 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 do. Merry-go-round is a dirty canvas tarp over it. Condemned until further notice. We encourage anyone suffering from horse bites to consult a doctor. Did they use real horses for that?
Plushies! Got the circus show ticket.
Let's see, do I want to go to the sideshow or the booths? I'm leaning towards the booths. I think at this point I was taking a sip of tea. Check my stats.
I take a sip of tea too.
Alright. Let's see, which one? Hot food, cold drinks, tepid candy. Red Hots, calls a clown behind his food stand. Red Hots, footlongs, 2 kinds of mustard. There's also a small sign that says lost and found. Talk to the vendor. Clown grins and gestures at the little charcoal grill behind him. Howdy, ma'am. Interest you in a hot footlong sausage? How much are they? Or, no, lost and found. That's what I clicked on. What'd you lose? Clown pulls a wooden box out from under the counter and looks inside. Appears you're in luck. This one yours? Puts a box on the counter for you to see and turns back to his grill for a moment. Look inside. Shiny bottle cap on a little metal chain. Woohoo! Yep, that's the one. Thanks. No problem, ma'am. Yeah. Now I can give it back to the kid. Yay! Hi, ma'am. Did you find my lucky bottle cap? Is this the one? That's it. Thank you, ma'am. No problem, kid.
Yay, he's smiling now. Hooray.
I'm glad. This clown is presumably selling tickets to the sideshow. Howdy, miss. Can I interest you in the wondrous and mysterious delights of the sideshow? What all do you have in there? Secrets, mysteries, things too weird and disturbing to be witnessed by the light of day. Freaks? Not just freaks. Gosh, how much does it cost? For you, 300 meat. And for everyone else, 300 meat.
That would use up all my money. Everything's so expensive. These clowns are taking all my money. This is like highway robbery.
cold drinks. Howdy, ma'am. Care to treat yourself to an ice-cold soft drink? Said you're selling them in bottles? That's right. Got the newfangled crown cork bottle caps and all. Interesting. What kinds do you have? I've got root beer, ginger beer, and sarsaparilla. Do you make the drinks yourself? If you're asking if we have a wagon dedicated to brewing and bottling 3 different kinds of sodas in our traveling carnival, no. We stock up as we pass through the large towns. Ah, how much are they? 205, mate. 205? It's for the deposit on the bottle. Cotton candy calls the clown behind this food stand, and it makes a wheeoot noise with a slide whistle. Come try this just invented confectionery delight. I wish I had a slide whistle for this. The clown blows his slide whistle again as you approach. Fweet! Step right up, miss. Step up and try one of the world's newest candy sensations.
Interesting. What is it?
Cotton candy, the finest in several senses of the word. Spun sugar, created through a revolutionary new process. It's so light and sweet and fluffy, it's like eating butterfly dreams and kitten wishes. Sweet. So it isn't actually made of cotton? What? No, cotton is indigestible no matter how much chocolate you cover it with. Found that out the hard way, did you? Sweet.
I'll take that as a yes. How do you make it?
It pats a metal box with a wide funnel coming out of the top. This little machine right here. Can't tell you how it works, much as I'd like to brag. It's a trade secret. You invented it? Not as such. A couple dentists down the south were the first ones. Dentists, go figure. Sweet. But after hearing about it, I managed to figure out how it works. Made a few improvements with my design, too. How much does it cost? Just 300 meat. Sweet.
Everything's 300, mate. Or 205 meat.
So at this point I was wondering, do I go to the sideshow and use my money? Fine. You won't be disappointed. In an event that you are disappointed, no refunds. Takes your meat and stamps your hand. You lose 300 meat. There you go. Enjoy. Thanks. Sideshow tent is fairly large and packed with weird things to look at, like all good sideshows are. A few lanterns are hanging from the ceiling, casting flickering shadows around, making everything look even more eerie. A clown is hanging out in here, presumably to keep an eye on the exhibits. He grins and nods as you enter. Come on in, take your time and have a good look around. Just remember, no touching. Okay. There's mirrors, eggs jars, and the freaks? What do I investigate first? So many things. I think I took another sip of tea at this point. I've been having a lot of sore throats lately, so look at yourself. This looks to be one of those weird bent mirrors that makes you look all crazy. As if there wasn't enough crazy looking stuff around here already. Look at yourself. Your reflection in the mirror is short and squashed looking, folded up like an accordion. You spend a moment looking back and forth in front of the mirror, seeing how the image changes. It's kind of amusing. Look at yourself. And another one. Look at yourself. Gah! This mirror somehow shows you what you'd look like in clown makeup. Bloodshot eyes stare back at you from a pasty white face, painted with an odd pattern of red triangles. The flickering lantern light, it almost looks like she winks at you. Brr! Creepy! No thank you. I don't like clowns. Oops. Let's see. Eggs. These shelves are displaying a large collection of strangely painted eggs. Have a closer look. You see several shelves full of white eggs, each one painted with a unique pattern of colorful shapes. A small placard pinned to one of the shelves says, Clown Eggs. In the circus community, it is traditional for each clown to paint their chosen makeup pattern onto an eggshell. These clown eggs are archived for future reference to ensure that no one chooses a pattern that has already been used. It is considered extremely taboo to wear another clown's face. These must be the eggs for the clowns that work in the circus. You recognize a few of them, like the clown here in the sideshow tent, and the ticket seller clown out front. Inspect the eggs more closely. Hey, step back please, no touching. Sorry. These shelves are filled with jars, and the jars are filled with things. Real weird looking things. You lean in a little closer to inspect the jars. They mostly contain malformed and or mutated animals pickled in formaldehyde. 3-headed kitten, some kind of ferret or weasel with 8 legs, twisted Mobius loop of snake without a head or tail, weird, crazy stuff. One shelf seems devoted to huge, gross, pale grubs, like fat, featureless white worms the size of a sweet potato. The one on the end is larger than the others, and has shiny black eyes. Someone has painted its face in an apparent parody of clown makeup. Yuck. No thank you. Take a closer look. The pasty white face has been painted with little blue triangles over and under the eyes. The creature is a long, thin slash of a mouth as well, and the area around it has been painted with bright red lipstick. The black eyes flash red as the thing suddenly thrashes in its jar, spinning to face you and stretching its mouth open, revealing rows of yellow shark teeth. You stumble back with a cry of shock. Yeah! Got you pretty good there, Missy. What is that? Heh, it ain't a real critter. No, it's made of rubber and clay and doll parts and such. Got an electromagnet under the shelf to move it with. He takes a little push-button gizmo out of his pocket to show you. Should have seen your face. You about jumped right out of your boots. Ugh. No thanks. This guy is a startling sight even for a circus freak show. His entire head is one enormous eyeball. So you look him over, he stares back at you. Not that he's got much choice. Hello there, I'm Emmy. How's it going? Can you talk? Guess not. You move a little to the side and lean over the rope to get a closer look at the guy. It's basically just what he seems to be at first glance. Guy with a giant eyeball for a head. You do notice 2 things though. First, he's an odd lump at the, well, what you would call the base of his skull if he had one. Sort of crumpled, fleshy mass the size of a fist. With a squint and some imagination, it almost looks like the crushed and shriveled vestigial remains of a human head. The second thing you notice is that his ankles are locked to the legs of his stool. The legs of the stool are bolted to the floor. So, this circus gig. His hands slowly curl into fists, and the knuckles turn white with tension. I see. I understand, I mean. Do you blink? Or wink, I guess? I guess not. Okay, we'll see you around. This man is neatly dressed, though his suit is a bit threadbare and out of fashion. He's smoking a pipe and leafing through a magazine. When you stop to look at him, he nods amicably. Hello there. Welcome to the sideshow. My name is Douglas. Hi, I'm Amy. Delighted to meet you. So, well, are you perhaps trying to think of a polite way to ask what's wrong with me? Yeah, you got me. Don't worry, Emmy. I am in a sideshow after all. It's an obvious and natural question. Wait a minute. You said that last bit without moving your lips. Are you a ventriloquist? Not at all. Allow me to demonstrate. He stands up and turns around. His back is the same as his front. That is, his suit has been tailored with 2 front sides, and he has another face on the back of his head, with his hair cut and parted appropriately. Ta-da! So he sits back down, his knees and other joints crack and pop loudly as they reverse themselves. Douglas winces slightly, so certainly not as much as you'd expect. What in the... Surprising, yes? A bit, yeah. How's that even possible? Douglas shrugs and holds his pipe up to the now back of his head, so his other face can take a puff. Are you, what's the phrase, Siamese twins? Not exactly. It's difficult to describe, I'm afraid. 2 minds in one body? With 2 faces? It would be closer to the truth to say 2 instances of the same mind. With, as you say, 2 faces. You're right, that doesn't make any sense at all. The other face chuckles, and Douglas holds his magazine behind his back. Took some getting used to, that much is quite certain. Were you born like this? I would rather not discuss how I came to be this way, if you don't mind. Okay, sorry. No apology necessary. Your knees must be a wreck. Surgery was necessary to permit them to bend in both directions. Sounds worse than it feels, I assure you. Why are you in a sideshow? With a regular suit and a haircut, you could easily pass for normal. I have a contract. Out of the corner of your eye, you spot the clown making a gesture, but you didn't catch what it was. Douglas clears his throat. Plus, well, it's quite the life, you know. Free room and board, travel the world, and you meet such interesting people. See you later, Douglas. There's a lady here with her head sticking out of a hole in a large metal box. She nods politely at you. Hello? Hello there. Enjoying the carnival? Well, it's interesting. She smiles slightly. Yes, I'm sure it is. Can I ask you something? Certainly. What's your name?
What's your name, lady?
Oh, okay, there we go. I'm Janet, and you? I'm Emmy. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too, Emmy. Why are you in a box? It's a rather personal question, ain't it? Oh, sorry. I'm only teasing, dear. Would you like to see inside? Sure. Janet whistles to signal the clown. He moseys over. He unlocks the door on the front of the box and throws it open with a theatrical flourish. Inside, instead of Janet's body, you see a tangled, complicated assortment of glass tubes and pipes, ticking clockwork gears and pumps. Liquids of various colors, mostly red, slosh through the tubes. A large bellows near the top inflates, then begins to slowly deflate. What do you think? It's some kind of trick, right? You're folded up behind a mirror in there or something? No trick. The clown chuckles and walks around the back of the box. He opens a hatch and waves at you through it and saunters back to his place by the shelves. It's amazing. I've never seen anything like it. Well, I'll take that as a compliment. Certainly educational, I imagine. The larger tank on the left is my stomach, if you'd like to see what I had for lunch today. Examine her workings. Anatomical learning. I got a perk. Nice. +3 melee attack damage. You know what makes a human being tick? Not to stop one from ticking, come to that. You watch the various liquids slosh around in their tanks and pipes for a minute. Weird. Gross. But it is indeed educational. How did this happen? Were you in some kind of terrible accident? I'm sorry, but I can't talk about that. Of course, sorry. Must be a painful memory. Her calmly composed face creases into a very slight grimace as she shoots a sidelong glance at the clown. Yes. Well, it was nice to meet you, Janet. So long. Good luck, Amy. Leave. And now you can see the inside. Weird. Alright. Based on his attitude, uniquely combining attentiveness and extreme boredom, you assumed his clown's job is to keep an eye on the sideshow exhibits. Talk to him. Howdy, miss. Welcome to the sideshow. Thanks. What's to see in here? Well, down to the left we have our collection of spooky warped mirrors. Right here we have exhibits of clown eggs and pickled punks. Further down to the right is our freak show. Feel free to explore, and I'll be here if you got any questions. I have a question. What's with those weird mirrors? Ain't they right? That's what they call an optical illusion, as I understand it. It has to do with the way the light reflects off of them. I'm 100% sure that what I saw can't be explained by the reflection of light. No telling what you might see if you look too long.
Ask a question.
What can you tell me about these eggs? That's a traditional clown thing. There's a placard there next to him that explains in detail. Don't get too close, please. Talk to him. About these, people. I mean, the freaks, ain't they a scream? The one with the giant eyeball head is my favorite. Nice, quiet fella. Uh-huh. If you have questions about the other two, feel free to ask him personally. I wouldn't want to be telling tales out of school. Since an eye guy can't talk, though, you can ask me about him if you want. Does he ever blink? You mean wink? Nope, no eyelids. I gotta toss a bucket of water over him once in a while so he don't get too dry. Does look a bit dry now that you mention it. Yeah, it's getting about that time. While he's distracted, I can inspect. Since the clown's distracted, you take the opportunity to get a closer look at the eggs. You notice two things about them. Firstly, they're too large to be chicken eggs. You have no idea what kind of eggs they are. Secondly, they've all been broken and very meticulously glued back together. They almost look like they've been reassembled after something hatched out of them. You quickly step back as the guard clown returns. He gives you a fair amount of side-eye, but doesn't say anything. If I distract him again, then I can look at the other shelf.
You wanna go check it out?
Hehehe, nailed it. Alright. You lean in closer to inspect the gross thing. Despite what the clown said, it certainly looks real. Whoever made it did an excellent and disgusting job. Peeking surreptitiously under the shelf, you don't see any evidence of an electromagnet or any other such device. How suspicious.
Okay. Let's see. Main stage?
That muscly clown doesn't seem to want you to go in there. This extremely muscular clown. The clown crosses his arms and grunts as you approach. The stage show ain't till later. When? Later. Yeah, but when exactly? Later. Fine. How dare you? Okay. So that's all I can do with the circus for now. But I got some stuff, so that's pretty cool. So there's something over there that I want to find. So I'm going to try wandering in that area. Your El Vibrato transponder starts beeping. You follow to a small outcropping of El Vibrato ruins in a nearby creek bed.
Yay, I found some scraps. Hooray.
Alright. So I'm going to try wandering in this area. Off to the side of the trail, you notice one of those weird cacti shaped like coffee cups. Yay! Yeah. Now I can do some foraging after buying that book last time. At the side of the trail, you see a small hell cow. A hell calf, really. Snorts at a patch of brush, lighting it on fire, then starts grazing.
I can lure it into a trap.
Quickly dig a small pit and cover it with a tumbleweed, which you light on fire. The hell calf canters over excitedly, whereupon you kick it into the hole and throw rocks at it until it's banished from this plane. At least I got some meat.
I feel a little bad, though.
Oops. Maybe I do have to find the location through more binoculars. Wave of heat hits you from behind. Turn around to see a hell calf pawing at the ground and eyeing you.
This is revenge for that other hell calf that I destroyed. Bonk. Nailed it.
I'm just gonna go back to the professor's ass for now. I want more El Vibrato scraps, because there's more stuff to do with that quest line. Destroyed campsite? Let's go there. This knapsack looks like it's taken a lot of abuse recently. Most of the contents are trashed from being stomped on. You do find a dented can of potted meat, though. Also notice the knapsack has a knife sheath strapped to the side, but you don't see the knife anywhere. Huh. Yikes. Think maybe this used to be a person? This human is popped. Gary did not know a human is to popping. No, we don't. Not in the sense I think you mean anyway. This meat is very large, all of it. A human contains all of this? Well, yeah? Ugh, I cannot bear to carrying all that. So squishy. Okay. There are cow tracks leading away from the mangled corpse. Probably wouldn't be hard to follow them. Let's try. Doesn't seem to be anything of interest nearby. Well, darn. I thought I remembered that leading to somewhere, but maybe I haven't unlocked something. Where would be the best thing? Let's see. There's some more locations on the maps that I can unlock, but some of them are unlocked through random encounters. You open your necromancer journal. Let's see. You need to ask the professor about the ley lines, but you can only do that after you bring him the initial group of scraps. Spy a burned down ranch house on the horizon and pull a donkey up to it to investigate. There's nothing much of interest above ground, but you find a locked door leading down into a presumably still intact root cellar. Pick the lock. Yay! Medical gun. Plus 30 maximum HP. If you don't think about it too much, a pistol is just a more effective syringe. Okay. Alright. Try more wandering. So I have 3 scraps right now. I need at least 5 for the first set. Before you can react to the sudden howling, a ghost train surges over a hill and roars past, just missing you. 3 skeleton train robbers arrive just behind it, barely avoid colliding with you by pulling back hard on their reins. The train vanishes in the distance, and the robbers seem really annoyed by your interference. Fight.
Skeletal train robbers.
They don't have much HP, so this shouldn't be too difficult.
Alright.
I'll put up a armor just in case.
Wow! Nailed it!
Hehehehe. I'm so good. Well, here's an unusual sight. An old boat out in the middle of the desert. If this were a beach, you could call it beached, but you can't call it deserted because there's someone in it. That someone is a skeleton wearing a helmet with horns on it. He looks pretty bored and is idly polishing the dragon-headed prow of his ship. You think maybe he's been here for a very, very long time indeed. Alive splaying his helmet at him. Your helmet is historically inaccurate, you know. Those helmets never actually had horns on them. Huh? That's a misconception that began with an archaeologist found a Viking buried with 2 drinking horns on either side of him, and the skeleton throws his helmet at you to make you shut up and go away.
Yay, rusty old Viking helmet. I can look like that old Viking. Hee 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 hee.
But I really like being kitties. I want to keep wearing the kitty. Just wandering doesn't seem to be helping so far, so I'm gonna go to a location that I unlocked. Find a lone tombstone off to the side of the trail. It's the final resting place of Clint Treasurehaver, who died many years ago. Intriguing. Dig it up. Aw, disappointingly treasure-free. At least I got some garbage I can sell. Reboot Hill. Don't worry, it's just paint.
Are you sure?
Spooky cemetery. Trees? Strange, there's a keyhole in the trunk of this tree. think you have to put together a key using parts that you find in this cemetery. Looks like there's a whole gang buried here. Wait in. Hehehe. I'll have a decent amount of HP. Boost my armor. Boost my mysticality. And cold. Knocked off at least some of each of their health. Getting rid of the one with the gun in the middle. Oof. It'll be okay, Gary. +3 to all stats. I need to get rid of the ones that boost their stats. Let's see. So which one should I... Let's see. So I could just use that. Because some of these things don't use up my turn. And I'm gonna try to get rid of... Focus my damage on one of these guys at a time so I can get rid of them faster. Oof. Gary, no! Gary, I will avenge you. How dare you? Alright. Oof, I can do this. I love the music in this game, it's so good. Hehehe, nailed it. Hey. Alright. Used a medical kit to heal a little bit. Alright. There's just 2 more guys left. I don't have Gary. And I don't have any action points remaining, which means I can't use any spells. But I do have plenty of, like, consumable items if needed. And a lot of those can be used without using up my turn. So I could just spam them. Yeah. Just spam those. So good. Alright. Almost done. Whew. Okay. Boom! Hehe. You defeated that whole gang of sweet skeletons. Woohoo! Here lies the sweet gang. May they never wake up. Take the sword. You plucked the sword from the stone. Now you're royalty. Woohoo! You got sweet sword. What a sweet sword. Hee. Nice. Hehehe. I really like my spatula though. I'm very amused by the idea that I'm just whacking enemies with a spatula. You know what? Let's dig up these graves. I'm sure it's fine. Marmot skin cap. Okay. That one boosts my pistol attack damage, I think. It's the remains of a picnic. Gothic cameo. Cat's eye candy. Soda crackers. Oh. Dig. Hey. Give me your stuff. Riding boots. Nice. Dig up your stuff. Give it to me. Give me your stuff. Give me your stuff. This tombstone is big and fancy and has a door on the front. Open the door. Inside there's a document, a weird little metal object. Read the document. Document describes it taunting the burial wishes of Chet Bustersley, and a weird sequence of letters. Huh. Pick up the object. Looks like the piece of a broken key. Key fragment. Nice. Alright. And you can read the document again if needed. Okay. This one has a lock on it. Lock picking. Skillfully pick the lock. Sam Feathersmith. Weird sequence of letters. Oh. Another key fragment. Alright. Oh, this one requires safe cracking. But I don't have safe cracking. Not yet, anyway.
I need to buy that book.
Okay. Slapperdash. What a funny name.
Take your stuff.
Loose? Huh. The skeleton doesn't seem particularly threatening, apart from being a general reminder of your own mortality. Hello? Who are you? My name's Bernard, but shh, lower your voice, they'll hear us. Who, the cultists? Shh, yes. Not a fan? They're reanimating dead people's skeletons. I don't want to be reanimated. It sounds horrible. Can you imagine having to walk around without your skin on? How embarrassing. Not to mention cold. Sure, well, plus, I mean, dying's hard enough. Who wants to come back to life just when you got used to being dead, right? I could see that. Please, can you do something? I don't want them to find me. Okay, I'll let you know when it's safe. Great, thanks. I'll just hang back here until the coast is clear. Okay.
Poor skeleton.
Here are the cultists. You're not going to get past this barrier of whirling bones without, well, making it so there's no barrier of whirling bones here anymore. Dispel them. Your mystical prowess makes short work of the flimsy magic holding those bones together. Woohoo! Nice. I can increase my foraging. Yay! Alright, let's fight these cultists. These cultists look like they're barely maintaining control over that skeleton. Interrupt their ritual. You throw a rock at the skeleton, which instantly explodes. Wow, that must have been a real high energy ritual they were doing. You jerk, they were using that skeleton. You guys are jerks for using a skeleton in the first place. Why, I oughta. So good. Boost my armor. Alright. Boost my mysticality. Let's see. They have a decent amount of houses, wow. So, yeah, I'll just take off a chunk of all of their health. Reduce their stats. Hehehehe. Your spooky damage will do nothing to me. Hehehehe. Alright. You've been bean-boozled, son. Woohoo! Okay. Take the cultist guys down one at a time, and then I can focus on the barrier, because the barrier it won't attack you. It just makes it harder for you to walk through. Woohoo! Alright, he has 1 HP left. Go get him! Good job, Gary. Alright. I have no action points remaining. Smack. Basically just keep whacking them until they're all down. I'm sorry. I just really love the music. It's so good. Woo, yeah, victory! You wrecked whatever foul sorcery they were trying to accomplish here. Then you wreck their lives by ending them. I got a black hood.
Now I can pretend to be a cultist if I need to.
There's a black buck on a pedestal here. Frightening topics in Next-Mex. Is a hastily constructed, very shallow privy. I found a burned scroll. Okay. Examine it. Something about hell cow. The scroll is in bad shape and you can't really make out anything new, but you're convinced this must be another clue to the whereabouts of the necromancer. You stick the scroll into your journal. Okay. Does it update with anything now? Okay. Alright, well that's something. Nothing here but 3 bedrolls and a single stale smell. Great! Alright. So I can tell that skeleton that the coast is clear now. I took care of them already. Great, woo, that's a load off my mind, let me tell you. Here, you can have this worry stone. I don't need it now.
Ah, thank you.
+6 moxie.
Thank you. Thank you, skeleton friend. Thank you for not trying to kill me.
Alright. Okay. So I have 2 key fragments. I think I just need 1 more. Yeah, I don't have all the pieces of the key. So I assume I'll get that last piece by opening the safe. You see the ghost of an elderly woman holding flowers. She seems lost and depressed, above and beyond what's expected for a ghost. Howdy, ma'am. Is there something I can help you with?
Oh, it's so awful. I can't remember. I can't remember it all.
Let's start at the beginning, okay? Well, you see, I had 4 daughters. They married 4 brothers, the Smith boys. And after that, they each had 5 daughters of their own. Unfortunately, I outlived every one of the 24 of them. You know you're a ghost, right? Oh, yes. In fact, I died here in this graveyard, where they're all buried. I came to visit them, and I suppose my poor old heart finally gave out. That's not the problem, though. 95 years is a pretty good run, after all. So, what did you forget? I brought this bouquet of flowers to put on my favorite granddaughter's grave, but I can't remember which of them was my favorite. I'm so ashamed, and I can't bear to leave until I've remembered. I see. Well, maybe I can help you figure it out. Oh, thank you. I'd appreciate that ever so much. No problem, ma'am. Can you remember anything about your granddaughter? Well, I'm quite certain her first name ended in a vowel. Anything else? I remember I was 40 when she was born. Oh, no, 37. Or was it 42? It must have been somewhere in that range at least. Oh, her first name was longer than her last, just like mine. Remember that she wasn't buried next to any of my daughters. She sniffles a little. She passed at the same age as poor Becky, who was always in such ill health. Her favorite hobby was knitting. She starts to sob. She knit me a lovely sweater for Crimbo just a year before she died. That's all I can remember. Knitting. Okay then, hang on, let me think a moment. Okay. Penultimate Becky Smith. So there are a ton of gravestones here, each with names and dates, and you're trying to help her figure out which one was her favorite granddaughter. And the clues in the answer randomize for each playthrough. So this isn't something that you can just look up a walkthrough online, but you use the clues that you're given in order to figure it out. And there are 2 different sides. So I'm going to do this next time. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a very comfy night. Bye!